No, my mic's off, my TV's off. I have like no sound in here right now. No, my mic's off, my TV's off. I have like no sound in here right now.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Riot Q&A. I'm going to be your host, moderator, person-y thingy. My name is Josh Chichester. As we get underway with all your questions, it's all going to be about Riot. If you had a question, you send it to us on Twitter with the hashtag #Don'tLetRiot in. Probably going to answer it here. That's the point of the thing. Aside of being the marketing dude for Riot, I also play Rilo Evans. Insignificant character, don't care about him at all. But we have a great panel of people here that are really great people from the show, cast and crew. Everybody's really nice in this cast and crew. But we're going to start off by introducing the voice. He's kind of the dim-witted best friend of our protagonist, the voice of Kyler Adder. Here's Billy. Billy Clark, say hi.
Hey, I'm Billy, and like you said, I'm voicing Kyler Adder for Riot, Alex's best friend, and I'm super excited to be in the project. It's my first major thing I've gotten to do, and yeah, it's really exciting. We got a lot of cool people on the project.
Alright, thank you, Billy. Next up, we can't have a superhero story without a leading lady. You may recognize her voice from Double Rain Boom. Here is our Lisa Hall, Jen McGregor.
Hi, I'm Jen, and as Josh said, I was in Double Rain Boom as background voice, but I was in it. It counts. I've done other things, but SFS animation is what I'm more known for, probably. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Alright, on the panel next, we have our menacing alter ego. You may know him as Tom or Ethan in Blue Sky, and as a member of the Nerd Table. Give it up for our bastard Riot, Andrew Hackley.
Hello, world.
Hello.
I love coming. I love actually the fact that I'm getting a lot of roles right now where it's like I have to play kind of a jerk or an absolute villain or a few other things, and and I'm actually a really nice guy with a high
not
voice.
You at all.
No, I'm super nice, and then it's like, and then I walk into a place being nice, and it's like, oh, can you do this thing? I'd love to.
All right. Second to last here, we have a newcomer to the voice acting scene with his first leading role as Alyx Lawrence. Give it up for Kolton Nation.
Hi everyone, I'm Kolton Nation. As Josh said, this is my first big role. I'm super excited to be part of the Riot team. Like, I cannot tell you enough how grateful I am that our director Kiba has chosen me to be Alyx.
And you can see him kind of smiling in the corner there. Our last person here to be introduced is going to be the director and creator of Riot, or director, creator, and writer of Riot. You've probably heard him as Wyatt McFly, Blakely in Aptitude, Eric Eastwick in The Innermind Legacy, Mike Connolly in Zulaplex, and his list goes on because he refuses to quit getting roles. But the one in charge, give it up for Kiba Walker.
Hi guys, I'm super excited to do this Q&A. We've been planning it for a little while now. Like I said, like Josh said, Riot is really near and dear to my heart, and I'm super excited to show you guys a lot of cool stuff today and answer your questions. And before we move on to everything else, I want to announce someone else that we forgot to write an intro for. We have our lead artist who has done sketches for all of our art, has been a great help in creating the vision that I have written to him. And I just want to say hello to Foster. Hello, Foster.
Hello, I'm Foster, and I'm one of the artists on a really great team of artists, and I'm really honored to be able to help work on this project with Kiba and all the other amazing cast.
Ooh, take it away, Josh.
All right. So, before we get started with actual questions and everything, we're gonna go down the line, starting with Kolton, and we're gonna just tell us a little bit about your character. Like, what is he about? Who is he? What's his favorite sport? Probably nothing for Alyx.
Well, Alyx is really this, average high school kid. He's dealing with a lot of issues in his life. He's got anxiety, depression, a lot of stuff that teenagers nowadays can really relate to, and he just thinks so lowly of himself, and he's kind of a nerd, but I love him. We all love him.
All right. We're gonna go with Andrew Hackley next. Can you tell us a little bit about Riot?
Sure. Sorry, since I'm a face on here, I'm gonna be teasing people. Riot is essentially starts off as a well-intentioned person that Alyx becomes to go, take down the bad guys. Take down the bad guys. But as he's trying to embrace kind of this whole dark spirit of sorts, trying to take down people, and actually starts going down that path, he starts realizing that Riot's something a lot darker. So Riot as a character is very much going to be very much not nice. I don't want to say too much because Kiba's written a really good story, but whenever I'm trying to do any lines for Riot, I'm always just thinking, like, take that thought of anxiety, push it past that, take that thought of fear, turn it into wanting to see other people scared, take that thought of feeling powerless and turn that into power. Imagine all those negative emotions flipped on themselves, and suddenly you've got this sociopathic being that just wants to make everything suffer because he's through with it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Billy?
Yep, I play Kyler, who is the best friend to Alyx, and honestly, I have a lot of fun doing the voice for him. Kyler is he's a fun character, and of course, like every character in Riot, he's got the deeper part to him that I won't go into because that's not explored too much in the beginning, but he's very much the kind of goofball best friend. He's the jock type of character that hangs out with Alyx, and he has good intentions for his buddy, but tends to not word them or act on them as well as maybe he should. And yeah, he's a lot of fun. I think he's actually a character that people will enjoy because I find a lot of his lines pretty funny and pretty enjoyable.
Awesome. And how about you, Jen? Can you tell us a little bit about Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa is, well, she's a popular girl, but she's not like, a stuck up, like, oh my god, like totally,
She's not a Glenda.
like such a loser kind of popular, catty kind of girl. She's very sweet, and I think she's the kind of person that finds good in everyone. She's particularly fascinated by Alyx, and so that's why she considers herself a friend, I think, and she generally cares about him. So yeah, that is Lisa. She's a cool girl. I like her.
Awesome. Well, first thing we're going to show to everybody right now is going to be the first trailer that we actually have made for Riot, which I personally am in love with, in all honesty. The trailer is one of my favorite parts one of my favorite things that we've done so far for this project. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at that really quickly.
Welcome to the 11 o'clock news. Another attack has occurred tonight downtown, where the mysterious vigilante known as Riot seems to be the cause.
I'm sure this Riot character is causing all types of trouble with his vigilante justice.
Riot is not the hero we need. The city needs something else.
People seem to think that he's actually not a vigilante.
Riot.
Tell me your thoughts. Riot is a menace to
The vigilante known as Riot.
He will be stopped soon.
Though the identity of the victim is unknown. But the question is,
Who am I?
You're me.
All right, and that was our first official trailer that was released for Riot. Like I said, fantastic project. Kiba, do you want to tell us a little bit, about the process that went behind that, like why you wrote it the way you did?
There was a lot of talk about the trailer, how we should present something to, our audience on telling them something but not too much. And there were a lot of ideas thrown around, and I found out this idea from one of our music producer in the project, and a bunch of other people collaborated on this, but I like the idea of having these news reports kind of foreshadowing what Riot is and who he is. And I just thought, every time I listen to it, I get chills personally, just because it's super atmospheric, and that's what the show. Yeah, that's what the show's about. It's very atmospheric. It's very the word is it's very suspenseful. It always keeps you on your toes, and even the actors don't know anything past what episodes they're recording. So with the trailer, this is kind of a look into what the future holds, and it gets me excited because we're already at almost 400 something views on the trailer, which you can find on the YouTube channel. People have been sharing it, and people have been saying that it definitely makes them question, who is Riot and why is he causing all this trouble? And that was yes, it's Andrew. Riot is Andrew. But I just think the way that I mixed it and the way I set it up, it really kind of gives us a taste of what's to come, and that's what I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, you did a really good job with doing that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go on to answering your guys' questions a little bit. And the way we're gonna do this, we're just kind of gonna go in a circle, starting with I think the order's gonna be Kiba, Colty, Foster, Andrew, Billy, and then Jen. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah,
we're good.
All right.
Just don't expect me to remember that order.
No one's gonna remember it.
No one's gonna remember it. So I guess some of the questions don't even pertain to some of us, like Kiba and pretty much just Kiba.
Hell, man.
As characters, what would be everyone's opinion of each other if they were forced to have a friendly conversation? So Colty?
Well, if I were to have a conversation with Lisa, Alyx would definitely be super nervous because he does like Lisa. He has a crush on her, and he would kind of be what Kiba, and he would kind of be stumbling over his words and oh, what do I do? How do I talk to this girl?
guess Riot, if Riot was
technically Riot.
It was another person.
Well, Riot would definitely scare him, confuse him. Riot's basically another part of himself, like the dark part of himself that he doesn't really know how to deal with. And as for Kyler, he's his best friend. He talks to Kyler all the time. He's really the only person he feels comfortable with. And, you know, he really loves Kyler.
Awesome. All right. How about you, Andrew? How would Riot feel about everybody?
It's such an interesting question because I'm sitting there like, wait, so how would Riot act to people, or how would I react to meeting to Riot, which would basically just be like
as characters.
Okay, as characters. So I think Riot, as a character, he's gonna be having lots of conversations with the main character, but going to other ones, I'm sure he would be very much. He seems like the kind of person who'd be insulting, intimidating, teasing, very much trying to draw out.
Teasing is a soft word. That's a soft
Teasing
word.
is the soft way of putting it, I think. But he'd definitely be the kind of person where it's like, oh, is this your insecurity?
Basically.
So
that I found your liver.
But I think it very much would be just, if he's talking to Lisa, for instance, it'd just be like, oh, you care for Alyx. That's so adorable. You have no idea what he feels about you, what he's fantasized when you're not looking.
That's exactly.
I mean, basically.
Ew.
And then to Kyler, the exact same words.
I was gonna say, Billy, how do you feel about playing Whaler? I mean, Kyler.
Please don't give me Whaler flashbacks. So
how do you feel Kyler though would react to everybody?
Kyler is very much he's a generally friendly person, but he's definitely someone who, when you talk to him, he's the kind of person that would say, "Oh man, your hair's a mess," and then try to cover up with, "I mean, I know somewhere you could go, a barber or something," and then just end up falling all over his own words.
He would stumble.
Yeah, and so that's definitely a lot of his interactions with Alyx are trying to be helpful and just kind of falling all over himself verbally. But definitely with people, he's not shy like Alyx. He's very outgoing. He likes to talk to people and make statements that for other people that maybe he shouldn't sometimes. So yeah, he's that kind of character. He's just a very outspoken, outgoing person. And he'd probably hate Riot because Riot internally tortures his best friend, but
small details.
Small.
All right, next question is specifically for Kiba. What was the hardest part about picking the cast?
Picking the cast. No.
That was the hardest part?
That was the hardest part because there were so many great voices that came in when I had posted the project. It's funny because I was like, posted the project and I was like, we're probably not going to get many auditions. And, there were some people I reached out to and said, hey, you want to audition? It'd be great if you could send in some stuff. And, but then I had people actually send in quite a few things. And, I think the hardest part was picking Alyx, and picking Riot and picking Mr. Nobody. Because those three characters kind of run on the same wavelength in different ways. Like for Alyx, it was funny. There's a story how I picked Kolton. I literally was getting tons of auditions for Alyx, and it was all like voices that I didn't think would fit because they sounded like 30-year-olds. And I was like, it's teenager, it's within this realm. And, I got another one and I was like, okay. And I was like, this guy's really good. And actually Andrew was one of the people for Alyx too. And, I was like, okay, well, let's see where it goes from here. I still got time for the deadline. And I got this email from Kolton, and I was in my car, and my best friend was sitting next to me, and I was playing it over the car speaker. And I was just like, oh my God, I need to have a callback with this kid right now. And so I emailed him back right away. I was like, oh my gosh, so can we set up a Skype live audition, like read through some stuff? I want to test some things. And finally we got through it, and afterwards, after the callback, I told him, I was like, yeah, I still have some time for deadline, so I'll let you know. And instantly I ended the call, I was like, he needs to be Alyx. I was like, there's no doubt about it. Like, that is Alyx. And just like his screaming takes was what sold it for me. It was just so authentic, and even my friend was like, holy shit. Like, it was way over the top. And so I messaged him, I was like, hey, so you're gonna be Alyx. And I think he was super excited. Were you, Kolton? I don't know if you were. Like,
oh yes, I was definitely excited. I was talking to all my friends. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I auditioned for this. I really hope I get in. And I get the email finally, and I'm like, oh god, yeah, I'm in. And so I tell all my friends, and they're all excited for me, and I was just ecstatic.
Yeah, like, and then for Riot, originally I had put in a casting call, I was like, I would like Alyx and Riot to be the same person, to have that challenge for the actor. But then, you know, after I heard Kolton, I was like, Andrew's Riot was so good. And I was thinking, you know, it would be interesting to do the one person thing, but dude, I could not use like Andrew's talent. Like, if you guys don't know Andrew Hackley, this man is talented. So like, he's really good at being crazy. And his Riot, if you heard in the trailer, my mom actually commented on the trailer. She's like, oh my God, that's my favorite part of the trailer, is that laugh. And Riot's laugh, we're working on it right now. It's going to be interesting when you guys actually hear the full blown out laughter.
Everybody do your best creepy Riot laugh. Started with Kiba.
Me? Okay, I'm gonna. You're me.
Colty?
See if you.
Oh, is it my turn? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, now
okay. You're me.
Foster.
Is it Foster's turn?
Whose turn
It's
is
my
it?
turn. Is it?
Yes, it's your turn to be a Riot laughter.
Whose turn? Is my turn?
It's your turn, Foster.
Yes.
Laugh like Riot, Foster. Go.
Oh, I'm confused. I'm sorry. It's me.
All right, Billy.
Recast, I mean.
New Riot. Sorry, Andrew. You're
Billy.
All right. You're me.
Yeah, it's Jen's turn.
Jen.
Oh gosh, okay. You're me.
All right.
Let's make Riot a female.
Come
Let's
on,
just go with
Andrew.
that.
How's it done?
Andrew, how's it done?
By the way, just all you guys are just mwah. Whenever I'm trying to do the Riot, and by the way, it's one of those voices. My usual voices are to me. I'm like, I do good high voices, I do good medium voices.
Same.
So Riot's definitely a step away from my usual stuff. So whenever I'm trying to do it, I have like almost a ritual of sorts where I try to get into character. Like, I very much just turn on the crazy and just start sinking into it. I get a little closer to the mic so you can really feel how close he is to you. And I just want you to know. You're me.
My soul.
That's how it's done, people. All
Your
right.
soul is delicious, by the way. Mwah. It's very tasteful. Red wine, fava beans.
Come on, Josh. Where's your best Riot laugh? Huh?
You're me.
Oh, wow. Should just cancel the project now, I guess.
So you didn't want me as Riot, so anyways.
Okay, guys. We're all Riot.
We're all Riot on
All
We've all got a
Riot.
little bit of Riot inside of us.
Hey, cool. What's the next question?
The next question is, what is your favorite part of voicing your character? Colty.
Okay, well, my favorite part of voicing this character is basically I have to kind of act differently with different people. Like with Kyler, I'm super comfortable, and it's like I'm talking to my best friend because I am. And with Lisa, even though he does like Lisa and does consider her a friend, he's just really, really nervous with her. And he stutters a lot. He's tripping over his words with her. And it's just really fun to kind of differentiate my voices for this one character.
All right. How about you, Andrew? I think you talked about it a little bit already.
Yeah, same as I said before. Well, the really enjoyable part about it is it's fun to play really crazy, really evil characters. I, for years, have kind of always wanted to try and play those kinds of characters, because it's a step away from whom I am. Like the first role that I speak about is a Tom Ethan role I have from Blue Sky, and I'm playing two characters in it. One is just a snarky guy, and the funny thing is I got the part because I love doing this because the guy who cast me is British and he hates when I try and impersonate him like to death. So it's like, Andrew, I cast you for a reason. It's because when you did your take, you creeped me out. I'm like, yes. But it's like the biggest compliment I got. So I keep practicing with that, and it's a lot of fun to do that, to really kind of go out of the norm and kind of creep people out. And I've got high creepy voices, I've got low creepy voices, I also have normal ones, but it's always fun to try and push yourself mentally to go to a place that you're not supposed to go. And whenever people hear you in that place, you unsettle them. I like the psychological aspect that goes into that. So it's a lot of fun to unnerve people.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because literally all I'm ever casted as in plays is villains, and you get to be that character and go there. So
yeah, there's something like one of the biggest villains, best villains of all time is always going to be the Joker, and Mark Hamill does it great. Yeah. A lot of different actors have done different versions of him, and I love it when everyone does a different version. But a big thing to be spoken to it is whenever people do good Jokers, it's not about doing the Mark Hamill Joker. It's not about doing something that's been done. It's about taking something that hasn't been done and finding a new way to creep people out. So to me, it's the same kind of thing. It's finding that thing that hasn't been done and playing with it and finding a new way to play with that.
Faux show, as the kids would say. Billy.
Yeah, I like I said before, at least I think I said, I genuinely have a lot of fun voicing Kyler. I think Kyler's the type of person that a lot of people either know this kind of person or they are this kind of person that just kind of says what they want. And it's really fun to be a character who is really pretty funny just because of the things that come out of their mouth that they just don't think about. And that's the best kind of humor, is when someone doesn't think about it, and trying to voice that kind of humor is very fun for me.
Episode 1 isn't out yet. Do you improv a lot? Just out of curiosity, does Kiba let you have fun and improv some stuff?
He has told me that I can. I'm a very
yeah.
He's told me I can try to. The closest thing to improv is really when I trip on a line, and that just ends up being what works.
Billy's outtakes are the best.
Oh,
they really are, because they're literally the same as mine, where I'll just be like reading a line and I'll stumble over and I'm just like, fuck, shit, and I'm just like cursing and everything. Everything like that. So that totally.
That kind of leads into one of the next questions. Are there any funny recording instances, gags, bloopers, anything that you guys have recorded?
Oh my god. Andrew, you want to say something on that?
We haven't really been recording it, but there's been a running gag of sorts while our artists have been drawing up characters.
Shit. The secret's out.
Oh god, is this what I think it is?
No.
I won't go into graphic detail because I don't know how uncensored you want to be for this. But one of the funny things has been we'll have secret little things being hidden into the pictures. Little things being hidden into the... Anyway, but one of the funny things to me has been one of the funniest things to me is we'll see little chibi versions of the characters being drawn, saying horrible comments, and I've had so much fun, instead of doing it in a Riot voice, doing it in a super high voice. I don't think I can do any of them, but it's so fun to go to this place and say something really that you shouldn't be saying. You're me. That is a lot of fun. That just kind of completely reverse it.
I think my favorite outtakes have been with Kolton and Billy, honestly, because the two of them are just. I think we were recording one time, I think for episode 1, and Kolton was reading a line, and he said something about practice instead of another word, and he just kept going. And I was like, what is he practicing? Like, he doesn't do sports. He's not active. And
I was reading the script on my phone, and the font was really small. Okay.
Okay, so we totally missed something too, because I am a really bad host. Jen's
gone forever.
Jen,
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm here.
Please don't hate me. I'm sorry I forgot to ask, what was your favorite part about voicing your character?
Oh yeah. I think like other people have said before, it's kind of the challenge, and I think something different for me that appeals to me. I'm used to actually my lower register is more developed in terms of voice acting. Like people are used to me hearing speaking in a regal kind of voice like this, or even somewhat like this. But oh my! But yeah, just a normal girl voice is actually different for me. And I get to work out my middle range, my middle to high range, so that's nice. And I like the character that Lisa is. Like, I've known this character in high school, and I've always just been very intrigued by these kind of people who are popular and in the limelight, but also remain so humble and just, are just genuinely popular, not just like looks or anything like that. So yeah.
I get what you mean. Have you had any bloopers or anything that you've recorded?
Nothing really outstanding, I don't think. I mean, there have been a few times where my parents have called me from downstairs, and in the middle of the recording, I'm like, what?
Literally, I think episode 2 is going to be when Jen and Kolton have a few outtakes, because there's a scene in there that's just a lot of words, and I already know it's going to be hilarious to try and direct that part. So that'll be cool, for sure. But I haven't heard anything from Jen yet on the outtakes except for what?
Okay, so going back to the question about things that have been recorded, well, we have recorded some funny little side things.
No, we're not talking about this.
We're talking.
No, we are no. We can a little bit. Let's just say
in a little bit.
We have done some funny little blurbs.
Some side projects, we'll call them. All right, what would you say is going to be, or currently is, the most difficult part of this production, Kiba?
Okay. Right now, I think just kind of getting everything in line. Art, especially right now, is the bane of my existence. Money, just to make sure that we can, fund the project and really make sure everybody makes it rain in here. The Kickstarter is in the description below, by the way. Which you guys, when we first released the Kickstarter, it was within the first 3 days we had raised $300. Which is great, but our goal is $1,500, and compared to some other projects, that's really actually quite a small amount, and it's only for the first season. That's what we need, and with all that, we're able to basically produce a great product, pay our hardworking staff and crew and all that kind of stuff, and make sure that we can continue making merchandise and continue making little fun side projects and stuff like that. Like, I have a lot of big plans for this show. And, it's just a matter of, I think, making sure that I don't lose my mind and everybody's all together, my ducks are in a row. Because, I'm the director, producer, writer, creative designer, everything, like a creative director of everything. And I want to make sure that everything is perfect and to the T of what the show's supposed to be, because I don't like giving out unfinished product. And so with the Kickstarter and with the art and kind of the direction we're going with the show, that's going to be the hardest challenge because it's different than an usual visual novel. You're not actually playing it. You are watching it like an actual TV series. It's just in that format, which I think is different because we really don't have that kind of format. I mean, you know, you get a visual novel, you play it, different endings, all that kind of stuff. With this, it's like you can't do anything, and that kind of frustrates you. At the same time, you're intrigued to continue because you can't make the decisions that's going to happen in the end. Because I already know the ending of this show is going to be, this season is just going to be mind-blowing for everybody, I think, because no one's going to know until you get that finale script. And so I think that's the hardest part of production right now, because everything else is done. It's just a matter of making sure it looks great.
Putting it all together.
Yeah. So.
Colty.
Yes.
What part of production do you think is going to be the most difficult?
Like Kiba had said, art, honestly. But, you know, because voice acting, you know, my schedule is pretty free, so that's kind of easy for me to do. But yeah, art, it's just a matter of, you know, getting all the art on time and making it look good.
Foster, what are the artists? Do you want to attest for how difficult the art is?
Well, okay, the art is pretty difficult because there's a team and we have to work together, and our schedules conflict a lot. And such as when I'm sketching, we have another artist who lines for us, and they're really busy. And then the coloring artist, I believe, is busy sometimes too. So it's really hard to get all of us together at once to finish working and finish one picture. But it's going pretty smoothly right now, though, so it's getting a little better.
All right. How about you, Andrew?
Well, with all productions, one of the hard parts is schedules, I think, for some people. But in this case, since we're being very realistic about everything we're doing, you know, each episode is very contained and a lot's going on in it. But we definitely made it so that everyone who's got lines should be able to get them in time. We have a good plan of how to get everything together as far as actually making all the visuals and stuff for it together. We have a very realistic type of way we're going to do this. So by all means, I think it's very doable. I'm not worried too much about that. I'm not worried too much about the acting, because everyone in here is a fantastic actor. You know, whether they've been doing it for a while or this is one of their first things, everyone here is great. Besides me, but everyone here is doing really bringing something special to the table, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. I think our biggest issues right now is we really do need the funding. So anyone who's watching, if you know people, this is a good project. You want to see where this is going. Just from the little hints that we've got, you really want to see what comes. So please help us out. And as far as I'm concerned, my biggest worry about it is just making sure I take the time to really bring Riot out, really, you know, intensify it and make it go as creepy as possible, because I don't want anyone getting to an end of a scene that I'm in and not at least having a slight goosebump, shiver, feeling in the back of the neck. I want you to worry, because Riot is right behind you. Right. Something like that.
Like, I actually looked. What the fuck? Okay.
Billy?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone over it a lot at this point, but the art is definitely the biggest thing that, you know, sometimes it seems like it's hard to get everyone together, scheduling, because, you know, it takes a lot of time for each individual person. And not just the, you know, the visual art, but the music, from what I've heard, is all fantastic, and I know a whole lot of work goes into that. And just like Kolton said, for me, usually if Kiba says, hey, I have lines, you know, it's, you say jump, I say how high. You say I have lines, I say, all right, when am I recording? And so that's always easy for me, and the artists are definitely in a place where they have to work very hard to put out really, really good results, and they have put out really, really good results.
For sure. Jen?
Yes.
Which part of production is the most difficult so far, you feel?
I'd say the artists definitely have more on their plate. That's not to say that voice acting is an easy job. It's not, but it's definitely a lot less time consuming. I have a great respect for artists. I mean, I've been in several projects where animators and artists work their butts off. And my own boyfriend is an artist, so I see, like, you know, he's working 24/7. So I'm like, oh my god. So sometimes I thank my lucky stars I was born a vocalist. But
Same.
yeah. Yeah, that, and also, you know, as with anything, is gaining an audience. That's very hard for anything. So I think that we have a challenge there, but I think we can do that. So yeah.
I feel like fundraising's been our hardest part of production so far.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because, you know, a lot of people want more, and your guys are going to get more. I mean, we have the second trailer coming soon, which has some visual in it, which is a very creepy trailer as well. I've seen the actual finish line arts, and oh my god, it looks really great. And just in general, you know, we're adding more things. Like, we just added the first intro, sung by Zach Aguilar, which he is a saint. He is a great talent. If you guys don't know Zach, he's in Aldnoah Zero. He's in Sword Art Online. He's in Magi. He's in a bunch of cool stuff, and he's just an all-around great vocalist as well. And he's super nice. He might be in the project soon. We'll talk to him. But I know he does too, and so we'll probably talk to him about season 2 or something. But it's really cool having a great team, and I think with all these, like the adversity we're facing with fundraising, the adversity we're facing with getting things finished and all aligned, it's going to be complete fast and efficiently because we have a great team. Like, Foster's fantastic, all my voice actors are great, and they're just like a family to me now, because, you know, once a crew becomes a family, you know you're going to get a great project. And you know, the other thing, like, I'm super excited about, I didn't mention before, is having Richard Epcar in the cast and Lisa Wilkerson. It's really awesome that they would take the time out of their, you know, busy schedule to come and do this project with us. Richard is going to play our main antagonist kind of thing, I guess antagonist. I don't know. You guys will have to find out. And so, you know, Richard is great. And Lisa is Alex's mother, which we came up with a running joke to call her Jennifer Lawrence. And it was all Kolton's idea because he wouldn't leave me alone about it. No, and so both of them, they're so talented and they're so kind, and, you know, they really bring a different dynamic to the project as well. It's just a well meshed together cast, and I'm excited to add more people to it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, right now we're gonna take a break from like taking questions for the cast and the crew and people, because it's time to do a little bit of a vote now. Down in the description on YouTube, you're going to find the straw poll link, and that is because we are about to play a bunch of different versions of the ending song, which is named Skyline.
Yay!
Yes.
Which I wrote.
Which Kiba did write. I think we might play his to get a little bit of an idea of what it was he was looking for. Kiba?
I guess you want to play mine first? Go ahead.
I'm going to play Kiba's first, I guess, and give you an idea of what he was thinking when he wrote it. So we're going to do that right now, and then we'll be back in just a moment.
Give me your love. My heart is on fire. Bleed for me. Can't do this alone anymore. My other half. Can't feel myself, don't know myself without you by my side. Your castle falls and I'm the weak lost beneath. So pull me up, I'm losing air, life is hard without you here, I can't see the stars in your skyline. Darkest skies, get lost in your starry eyes, resuscitate my heart line, last chapter of my life. Give me your love.
and that was Kiba's version. Windows wanted to replay it. It was so good. Yes.
Why don't you shut your mouth right now, Josh? I sound like a child.
No, but like, what was a lot of the thoughts when you were making that song? Like, what was
So I wrote both the intro and actually composed. Compose, the best word I can use for GarageBand. I just insulted like composers everywhere. But GarageBand did both the intro and the ending. And for the intro, which we'll probably play a little bit later, with the ending theme, it really encaptures the essence of kind of the other side of Riot. You have this really intense, all in your face drama going on, and then there's this kind of ominous ending theme that kind of questions whose point of view is it from. And that's the kind of mystery I want in the show, because writing Skyline, I got a compliment from Amory, which we're going to hear her version later.
Her version's next, actually.
Literally the line "resuscitate my heart" line. It's just kind of like I came up with that line. I was just like, ooh, I like that a lot. And I had a little bit of help from Josh even, and Jonathan David Bullock, who is also in the cast, and we really kind of talked about, like, the melody was hard to make too, because I had to basically run off nothing and just came up with this give me your love type of thing. Sorry, I'm dead. And so that was really fun, and I think the thought process of just coming up with those lyrics was just to come up with a really, a drastically different theme. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, the next version we're going to hear is Amory's version. So
yay! Amory also plays young Alyx Lawrence.
She does. So
yes.
We're going to get to that right now.
Cool.
Give me your love, my heart is on fire. Bleed for me, can't do this alone anymore. My other half can't feel myself, don't know myself without you by my side. Your castle falls and I'm the wing lost beneath the sea. So pull me up, I'm losing it. Life is hard without you here. I can see the stars in your skyline. Darkest skies get lost in your starry eyes. Resuscitate my heart line, last chapter of my life.
It'd probably help if I didn't have my mic muted. Hi, welcome back. That was Amory's version of the ending theme, Skyline for Riot. I really like her version, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know her voice is really, really unique, and I love it so much.
Yeah. Next up is Jen.
Oh, Jen's version.
Jen's version.
I don't even think she's heard this.
What?
Because I mixed it.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, what?
So yeah, next up is Jen's version of Skyline.
Give me your love, my heart is on fire. Bleed for me, can't do this alone anymore. My other half can't feel myself, don't know myself without you by my side. Your castle falls and I'm the weak lost beneath the sea. So pull me up, I'm losing air. Life is hard without you here. I can't see the stars in your skyline.
And that was Jen's version of Skyline, which I had never heard until now, but oh my god, it's really good.
Right?
Nice,
right.
Like, round of applause, Jen. Who would you like to thank? The Academy?
Yay!
Next up, we have another cast member, Megan's version.
Oh, Megan Negrelli. Oh.
Do you want to talk a little bit about her version really quickly, or?
Well, Megan is one of our resident musicians, and also one of our extras. But she's really great, and you should definitely check out some of her stuff. She's really good, so you're gonna like this version too. There's so many great versions. They're all great, like except for mine.
Oh my god! So here goes Megan's version.
Give me your love. My heart is on fire. Lead for me. Can't do this alone anymore. My other half. Can't feel myself, don't know myself without you by my side. Your castle falls and I'm the weak, lost beneath the sea. So pull me up, I'm losing it. Life is hard without you here. I can't see the stars in your skyline. Darkest skies get lost in your starry eyes. Resuscitate my heart line. Last chapter of my life.
All right.
Yay, Megan!
Yay, Megan! And then we have the one male version that is
Yeah.
you can vote upon. I think I put Kyle.
What?
Why did I almost call you Kyle, Kiba?
One male version? Are you high? What am I?
Are we voting for yours too?
No.
That's what I thought. So the one male version that you can vote for, which is our very own. I know him as Roxas, but I forget his.
It's Jonathan David Bullock.
Jonathan David Bullock, people.
Yeah.
It's also Roxas on the straw poll. So here's Jonathan David Bullock's version of the ending theme of Riot, called Skyline.
Give me your love. My heart is on fire. Bleed for me. Can't do this alone anymore. My other half. Can't feel myself, don't know myself without you by my side. Your castle falls and I'm the weak lost beneath the sea. So pull me up, I'm losing air. Life is hard without you here. I can see the stars in your skyline. Darkest skies get lost in your starry eyes. Resuscitate my hard line. Last chapter of my life.
All right, and that was Jonathan David Bullock's version of Skyline, the final.
Jesus.
The ending theme of Season 1 of Riot. I'm going to post the link once again in the chat. You can vote for your favorite version of the ending theme at that link. And let us know which one you like the most. It'll also be in the description on the YouTube video. Eventually, we will stop checking it, but we will probably check it religiously until then. So,
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to go right back into questions.
Yeah, we should.
Without spoilers, is there anything you can tell us about the show that may be shocking or surprising to the viewers?
You asking me?
Yeah.
That's without spoilers, because I'm very particular. Like I said earlier, I don't even give any of the actors any scripts until they have to record that episode. So when it comes to that, there's a couple of things I can say. ooh, this is hard because I don't want to like, I don't want to like say anything. I could do. Oh man. So first off, like I was explaining to one of my friends the other day, this show is going to take these superhero tropes and flip it upside down. A lot of these people you're going to see, and that kind of, I guess, you'll be like, oh my gosh, it's the typical jock, and it's the typical popular girl, and it's the typical shy kid. No, it's gonna flip on its side really quickly, and a lot of people are gonna be shocked about that because, you know, you're gonna find out something about Kyler that's not gonna be completely expected. You're gonna find something about Alyx that's not completely expected, and even Lisa has a really deep like backstory that's going to play into the finale, and especially the biggest one is going to be who Riot is. Is he a figment of imagination? Is he a real person? What is he? And so that's going to be explored. And I think when we start getting to like the mid-season and near the end of the season, that's when you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh. Like, I literally told one of my friends, I said, when I give out that finale script, I expect at least 2 of the people to cry when they record, because they're not gonna know anything. Or be so mad, even not even cry, be mad, because there's gonna be something like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me, I have to do this. And even I know Andrew's gonna have a hard time, because there's going to be a scene that's really, really intense, and it's all going to come together in that finale, and none of you guys are prepared for it. I'm not even prepared for it. Foster and I are not prepared for it. Foster's the only one who knows all the secrets, because we work very closely together on art and designing different things, and so both of us are like waiting for this finale. We're both like, tears and crying and like angry throwing noises and, you know, screeching and all that. So, and, you know, like, one thing you'll find out, and I'm going to do a spoiler alert, is actually Jen is Godzilla in this show. Lisa is Godzilla. Yes. Lisa's actually Godzilla. I'm just kidding. That's not real.
Aww.
Would have been awesome. That would have been like, what a twist.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Her big secret.
Man, I would
Like
have
all those
loved to
dinosaur
meet
screeches,
And
that would have
then-
been awesome.
And then Alex is
It turns
actually
out
King
this
Kong.
all happens in Twin Peaks.
Alex is King Kong. So, Colty, any without spoilers, anything you think is gonna shock people?
Honestly, I think Kiba said it all. Like he said, he hasn't given me any scripts besides episode 1. So,
There's nothing shocking in episode 1.
well, there is,
There's
but
one shocking episode.
spoilers.
Spoilers.
Rip. Anybody else want to say something on it?
I think the fun part will just be just knowing the reasons that Kiba picked a lot of us. I think the biggest shocker would definitely come down to how these characters evolve. I mean, I've been practicing with different riots for different situations. Kiba's got a little evil laugh compilation that I'm with the practice from it. There's going to definitely be a lot of character development that'll really interest, shock, excite. You guys got a lot to look forward to on that one. Also, it turns out, I don't know, I don't want to do a fake lore. I was going to say it turns out Riot is Vampirella, but I mean, you know, you gotta get the job done somehow. So
Oh my God.
Kiba, what is it like writing characters like Alyx, Kyler, and even Mr. Nobody into the world of Riot?
One thing that I took, I guess I took inspiration from with Alyx was I personally myself, I have a lot of issues with depression and anxiety that I kind of embody into different people. And a lot of us deal with, you know, a lot of us deal with that kind of stuff, even if it's not, you know, a reoccurring thing, or even, you know, it happens once every blue moon, but a lot of us deal with it. And I think it's very important to kind of discuss that. So with Alyx, it's very hard because he is the epitome of, an anxious child, an anxious teenager who's stuck in this mindset that he literally can't function without some sort of safety net. And when I wrote Alyx, I want him to be this character that you sympathize and you really feel for. It's kind of this contrast as he deals with Riot. It's kind of torturous. And with Riot even, I took a lot of inspiration from just having this kind of alter ego. A lot of people also deal with, split personality disorder and deal with voices that kind of in your head. And I really wanted to discuss these issues because it's always so sensitive of a topic. And it's never really fully taken seriously, and it's a serious matter. Mr. Nobody, I wanted your typical villain, but like really you're going to discuss when you see the show, like who's really the villain and who's really the tortured one and who's really the hero. And I think a lot of that is going to be explained as we go further into the season.
Definitely. And now, final question for everybody.
Cheers.
For this Q&A at least. We might do another one in the future. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
Is that we need to know, who is your favorite character? Okay, we know Kiba's.
No, that's not.
Yeah, it's Lisa.
Is yours Lisa? No, so let's go around. So I'm starting.
Yeah. No,
Mr.
you haven't
Director?
started every other time.
I haven't. So my favorite character, it's hard to pick because they're all my children. I can't be partial, but if I had to
I'll
be
be the
partial,
best daddy.
Yeah. I was actually going to say my favorite character to ride is Kyler, because Kyler is that character that's just super over the top and you can't take him seriously sometimes. Like in episode 1, you guys are going to see there's just ridiculous things that he does, and it makes me laugh every time, especially Billy's take on it. It's just really funny, and it makes me love the character more. And yeah, that's my favorite character.
Colty?
Well, I don't really know a whole lot about most of the other characters. The only ones I really do know the most about are Kyler, Alyx, and Lisa. But I guess of those three, my favorite would probably be Kyler because he's so funny. Like the things he does is just like, wait, did you just say that? I love him so much.
There's a lot of that.
Foster?
I would have to say, out of all the characters that I know of, it's between Kyler and Riot, honestly, because I love how Kiba has Riot written, like how he acts and everything, and just how he looks and his personality. And I love Kyler because he's just a giant potato. And he's adorable.
All right. And how about you, Andrew?
He's a giant cinnamon roll.
Myself, thug number 2. No. Actually, I do.
Thank you so much.
People would like to thank the Academy, his mother.
I'm just saying, it's about time a role like Thug number 2 wins an Oscar or an Emmy, because I'm telling you that there's some heartfelt lines. It brings tears. I'm sorry, the emotions.
It's okay.
Huh? What?
It's okay. We'll let you reconcile a little bit.
I will say that I think some of the extras in this are actually I kid, but I do think some of the lines are coming from this thug or we have this teacher role, and the person who's playing her is hilarious. It's so funny to hear these lines, and when he's doing it, you guys are in for a treat. Well, Corey Manuel, am I saying it right?
Did all the background music. You'll hear
it's when you hear his lines, it's so hilarious. We're having so much fun in the background, just playing around and having him do that voice. Our first read through was so fun because of that. But outside of that, oh my god, the first read through, you guys, you missed something magical. But that being said, within the characters, the main characters, I feel for Alyx. I really do. Alyx is probably closer to who I usually am, so it's why Riot's kind of fun. It's kind of like I get to be my own bad voice in my head, and I do love Kyler because he's funny. He really is.
Well, now that you've all made saying Kyler feel like a bigger cop-out than it would have been to begin with, I joke, but I really do like a lot of the characters. Alyx is actually, funny enough, the first character I auditioned for because I connected with him pretty well, and he's a character that I like a lot. But I love all of them. Kyler, like I've said, is fun. His lines, when I get to see his lines for the first time, and that's a magical moment because I get to be in my head like, all right, how am I gonna make this as funny out loud as it sounds in my head? And but there are a lot of really great characters. Even the there's one of the kind of antagonizing characters that Alyx and I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name or not, but that Alyx and Kyler interact with, that I actually like reading his stuff between Alyx and that character. There's a whole lot. The extras, like Andrew said, are great. Everyone's great. It's hard to pick a favorite. It is between either Kyler or Riot for me, because just the trailer got Riot for me.
Yeah. All right. And Jen?
Oh man, something about me is that I'm terrible with picking favorites. I absolutely cannot pick favorites.
Well, you got.
Fine. I'm gonna say that Alyx is my favorite character actually, because I feel like I'm channeling Lisa when I say that, because like she's fascinated with Alyx, so as a result I'm also fascinated with Alyx. So I'm interpreting Lisa's character, and at the same time I'm interpreting his character. So I think that's where that comes from, and I just like the way he's written. He's realistic. He's and he's someone anyone can relate to, I think. So yeah.
Someone I can take my neighbors.
All right. So I'm sorry to say that we are now at the end of the Q&A, but we're gonna get yeah, I know, right? But don't forget to check it out on all social media. We have a Twitter, a Facebook, no Instagram for some reason. Get on that, Kiba.
Okay. Well, I just want to say to everyone really quick, I appreciate everyone coming out to the Q&A. I hope we informed all of you of what's going on. And I'm excited to release the trailer. I'm excited to go for first episode. We have a lot of cool plans. The trailer is scheduled to release in about a week. So we're looking forward to that. So you guys will see that on our Kickstarter, which you should definitely donate, share it. Anything helps, guys. We're really close to the deadline. So the more you donate and the more support you show us, the easier it'll be to give you an amazing product. And we're still going to give you something regardless, but we want to make sure that we can continue going on with the show, because all of us are in it for the long run, I believe. And and just follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We're going to have a Tumblr up with little shorts after the first episode's released, which we're looking at January 2016. Patreon, Indiegogo, everything. You'll see it all over the place. And we just hope that you continue watching Riot. And we are looking for more artists to join the team. So if you know anyone that's good with line art and coloring and all that kind of stuff, and all-around great artist, send them our way. You can email us at riotsquadproductions@gmail.com. And we'll definitely hit you up with an email. We actually have one more thing to show as we end the stream, right?
Yeah. As we end the stream here now, we're going to play what is the official version of the opening theme for Riot. And with that, in closing regards, I want to say thank you to the cast and crew for coming out. Thank you for watching and listening on Twitch or on YouTube. Don't forget to vote for your favorite version of the ending theme of Riot. Check us out on all the social medias and all the different crowdfunding sources we have. And other than that, from everybody here at Riot, we hope you have a fantastic day. This song is sang by the amazing Zach Aguilar, and here it is for you guys. I hope you enjoy.